Just getting everything set up here for us. Thank you for your patience as we get everything going here. Man, when I wake up in the morning and I just sense a theme, and the theme came from a excuse me, from a really weird dream that I had last night. And I may tell about it, I may not, but it caused me to question something that I normally would never have questioned. And as I laid in bed this morning, kind of processing the dream, I thought it is true, isn't it, that there are times we don't know who to trust. We don't know who is telling us the truth. And this can be really devilishly hard, especially if you're in love with someone who is not telling you the truth. And so let me just get started here, make sure everything is in place. And I love this yes or no deck. It has really had some very intriguing messages. And so I'm eager to pull it for you guys. It's such a gorgeous deck. And then we're going to use this deck, Wake Me Up, for the clarity because some of us, quite frankly, we need to wake the bleep up because something is going on in your world and you may be ignoring it because you are fearful or because you're afraid of disappointing someone. And the truth is that when someone shows you their true colors, you need to listen, right? Because people don't change. If they lie to you once, they'll lie to you again. So let me just put our link in here. Yes, of course, I would be happy to pull cards for your personal situation. In order to do that, all you do is click the Manifest Faster link and it will register you to my Hipsy platform, my new page. And that is how I will know that you're here and that you want a free reading. Yes or no? What do you need to know? So this is the yes no deck here. Isn't it gorgeous? I'm going to set it here while I just get my other deck ready, my Wake Me Up. Okay, what do we need to wake up from? What is holding us in a pattern of naivete where we are believing something? We're getting all kinds of clues, but we are believing something that is simply not true. Okay, so that's ready. This deck is ready. And then for the general. So if you're here and you don't have time for a free reading, no worries. I'm using my tea leaves. And I have to tell you that when I very first um, got the tea leaf deck, I was a little intimidated because the tea leaf tells it like it is. It's not afraid to lay out the truth. And so, hi, Anita. Welcome. Glad to see you here. The tea leaves are by Ray Hepburn. I really respect Ray because she does not hold back. She says the truth. So as you're here right now, and you're wondering about someone, if they are trustworthy, you can receive this message for yourself by our use of the tea leaves. So I'm going to go through here. I'm going to select cards. Anita, absolutely. If you'd like a free personal reading, just click the link in the app, excuse me, in the chat. Let me put it in there for you. Hold on. All you do is go to this link manifestfaster.com. And Miana, absolutely. Just click that link, Manifest Faster, and it will put you, that's how you register for your free reading. So happy to read for you. Because, like I said, when I woke up this morning, and I had this sense that somebody who is going to watch me today is not sure that someone is telling you the truth. So for your free reading, you register at manifestfaster.com, and I'm happy to read for you. And then for the collective, if you don't have time to register for a free reading, I understand that. And I am pulling cards out of the tea leaves here. You can see them, I think, at the bottom. Yes. So these cards are going to be, as I'm going to wander through what the energy is around, can I trust or not? So let's go. All right. Um, oh, Anita, if you want to have if you want me to pull a card for you, you need to register. There's only one way to get your private reading here live, and that you get your personal questions answered is to click that link. Okay, click the link and I will pull for you. Meanwhile, if you're here and you're wondering what's going on, can I trust this situation or this person? Hold their energy in your mind and let's pull our tea leaf here. And the tea leaf is flowers. Okay, so this card is an indication that the person that you're thinking of, the person who you're wondering, is there truth here? I would say yes. When I look at my cloth that I use, and I love it so much, this is like a portal which opens up your understanding of what's going on with the cards. Excuse me. So, with this card, we see that the situation you're bringing to this reading, there is happiness there. So, there is something going on with your person that is truthful. Now, if you are not sensing that, if you are suspicious, I would suggest that you just back off. Okay. Your mind may be playing tricks on you because you are getting wisdom that this is potentially bringing you some happiness. So I'm just going to grab my tarot because I do love to clarify with the tarot. If this person is causing you to be suspicious and yet the cards are saying there's happiness here, what does that mean? Let's take a look. Let me just pull a tarot card for clarity. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Again, this is a wonderful um, Hi, Puneet. Yes, I see that you've registered and you are next. Miana, you are next in line. Thank you so much for registering. So, for the collective, what we're seeing here is we have a very content woman who is in charge of her immediate surroundings. She really loves her home. She's got her computer open over here. Maybe she's watching this reading or listening. There's joy on her face. This is a match to this happiness card. So if you feel doubtful about your person, this set of cards is calling you to just relax. Chances are that you're pushing too hard, that the person that you're wanting to that you want them, let's say that you want them to be closer to you. The potential is here. You can trust that this relationship is moving in the right direction. Okay, so let me pull this aside. And the way the readings work, if you want just a yes no reading, absolutely for free. And thank you for Miana. Hi, Emily. Um, okay, so I met a guy, Varjo, on 15th of November, and it was a night thing. Does he feel for me or anything in future and action possible? Okay, so you met someone brand new, and that's exciting, isn't it? You met someone brand new. And so I'm just going to put our yes no deck here for you. Okay, Miana. And I want you to just go ahead and lay your hand on your heart and take a deep breath. Ah, and let's see if you're getting a yes or a no with where this connection can go. Okay, so pulling a card, and we have a yes. Okay. The yes, fulfilling your desires, being refreshed, moving. And look at the gifts. So this new person that you met, there is potential there. All right. So as you move forward, go slow. Go slow. Find out about him. Be curious, ask questions, and go step by step. With only meeting the person just a few days ago, you don't know enough to see how this could go forward. However, what I know is in love attraction, it's not called love chasing. You know what I mean? You can't trust that running toward and chasing and being overly excited right now will work for you. When it's true love, he will chase you. All right. So you're getting a yes, but remember, you were just met this person. So important that you take your time and let the situation grow. Okay. Exactly. We never know if they want to meet again, but it does show that this is a step on your path to fulfilling your desires. One thing you can do is grab a piece of paper and write yourself a letter, Miana. Write yourself a letter. Dear Miana, you met this great person, and I know you're excited, but let's calm ourselves down. Let's be relaxed and go easy. Get involved with your work, your hobbies, stay social with lots of people right now, and let this develop organically. Okay. Just a wonderful, hopeful reading. So, what we're asking is like, who can you trust? The main person you need to trust right now, Miana, is your own self. Okay. Because if you feel you're pushing too hard, trust yourself because you need to let this develop naturally. Okay, so moving forward, again, if anybody would like to have me use my yes no deck, all you have to do is register. And I yes, that's exactly right. Miana, that is so smart. That is so smart. Yes. What nonchalant. Don't you love that word? If you equal his nonchalance, that is like a magic because it's when we chase that they get turned off. Trust me, I'm 73. I'm a grandmother. Good grief. I've seen this work thousands of times. The minute that you take your hands off and you let it be is when they will respond to you. Okay. Anybody else want a free yes no reading? Who can you trust? I'm happy to read for you. But meanwhile, let's see what the spirit has for us. We're using our tea leaves. So if you're just tuning in, I'm Catherine, and you're wondering, can I trust that person? Hold them in your mind. Hold them in your mind. Let me draw a tea leaf for the collective, and let's see what it says. Moon. Changes in your life. And I'm also seeing this one came out, so I'm just pulling two of them. Ah, this is what I suspected. And I really love when the cards pop out of the deck when I don't call them forward. So here we're having right now with this particular person, there's somebody watching me right now, and you are in a conflict, just not sure what you feel about this person. So there are obstacles to overcome. Let's see. What could that mean for you? There are obstacles to overcome. So I'm going to pick my tarot and see what it is that could be problematic for you. Sometimes when we are not trusting, we need to make a change because we don't want to give up. Sometimes we think that someone is lying to us, and maybe they're trying to not hurt our feelings. You know, have you ever walked out and said to your partner, how do I look in this dress? And we kind of want them to be truthful, but we also kind of want them to tell us what we want to hear. So I'm picking up that energy right now that this read is about someone who may be only saying to you what they think you want to hear. And so it's causing you stress because if they're not telling the truth, you can kind of feel it. So let me draw a tarot card here for clarity. Oh gosh, look at that. It's the lovers. Okay, so here we have a situation where I'm just going to cover this up right now. Obstacles to overcome. Let's say you are in a relationship with someone and you're suspicious right now. Something doesn't feel quite right, and yet you don't want to give up. You really feel like this person is your person, so the obstacle to overcome is the fact that as the relationship grows, you need to learn how to collaborate. You need to learn learn how to tell the truth in love. For example, let's say that your person is a sports fan and they watch football day and night, American football or soccer, right? They are absolutely entranced by sports and they spend a lot of their time doing that. And yet you feel lonely. You're like, well, what about me? Right? So this would be something where you really need to trust your angels. You need to trust the divine to help you communicate. In the beginning of the relationship, you may have sat down and watched the sports because you love them and you want to be part of their life. But every single Sunday, they're watching sports all day and you would rather go do something else. This is an obstacle to you creating a wonderful connection with this person. This person does care for you, but at this point, you've been together long enough that we need to have some adjustment. Okay. So can you trust them? Yes, you can trust them. You can trust them to listen. If this is a divine connection, you will be assured by being honest with one another. If using my soccer example, my football example, if you say, I see that you love football, I don't love it so much. So could we make a compromise? Could you use the DVR to make a recording of the football? And you and I could go out to the park this afternoon and just talk about it. See how they're putting their hands on each other's heart? That's a sign that they're giving and into one another's core happiness. So, can you trust yourself to make a good decision with this person? Yes, but be sure to rely on your divine guidance. Okay. Hi, Mariana. If you would like a further reading, yes, that is, it's you can order it. It's 4.95 to have cards read for a situation. Or it's $11.11 to have me pull several cards. Like this time I pulled 3 cards. I can pull up to 4 cards for you if you want a live reading here and now. Absolutely. But the free readings are just for yes and no today. So who's with me? Who would like to hear a yes no reading for your situation? Who can you trust? So you can order a reading from me by pressing the link. However, if you're just here cruising through and you don't have time to register for a free reading, this is your reading. Hold your person in your mind. Who are you worried about? Who is it that you think may not be truthful with you? I'm almost sensing that there's somebody watching, it's at work. There's something on your job that you're not thinking that the boss is being honest with you. I'm just feeling that in my heart. So let's take a peek. Is there anyone here who is questioning whether what's going on at work is truthful? Okay, let me pull this card here. Diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Okay, so there's something going on in your work environment that has you nervous. Maybe someone was just let go. Maybe someone was putting out an energy that they weren't really a team player in your work environment. And because of that, you're feeling anxious because you're thinking, gosh, if my company is changing, maybe it's going to impact me too. So, this is saying that you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. So, there's something going on around with your career that is puzzling you and you're doubting whether you can trust. So let me draw a tarot for you for clarity. High torn, humble. Gosh, isn't that true? Sometimes you feel like you can't trust anyone. Isn't that true? And that can be a very sad, lonely place to be in. I hear you. If you would like me to pull a card for you, Torn Humble, you can register and I'm happy to do that. But as you listen, I hope that you will feel uplifted that the angels are watching out for us. The divine has us in the palm of its hand, okay? No accident that you came into this reading right now. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift, okay? Ah, okay, Torn. Listen, hang in there. I will do a reading for you in the next one regarding the military. First of all, thank you so much for your service, and I'm more than happy to pull cards for your situation. Okay. If all you have to do is, let me put it in here. I do absolutely support my dear military brothers. My father was in the military, and so it's my pleasure to read for you in this live reading, Torn Humble. So um, please do register. Okay. All right. So what we have here with this situation. So this is a work situation, and you're feeling anxious. So let's see here. What do the cards have for you? Okay. Okay, this is so great. I love this. You know what I always say with my readings, the cards do all the work, and they do because it's a random draw. So, in your work environment, you are going to be recognized for your hard work. I know that you have been nervous about what's going on, and you're not sure that you can trust. Hi, Nick Music. Welcome, Nick. We're talking about what is a situation where you have been suspicious? Maybe somebody's been lying to you, or you just don't know who to trust. Okay. So that's what the theme is today. And in this particular reading for the collective, in your work environment, you have been anxious because they're restructuring and they're reorganizing. However, you are very valuable to your employer. You are going to be lifted up. The fact that they've gotten rid of some people in your company is going to serve everyone else that's there. Your talents shine. Allow yourself to believe that you are gifted and talented at what you do. An affirmation you could use would be, even though I don't know how, I'm feeling so much confidence right now. Even though I don't know how, worry is behind me now. Even though I don't know how, I know I'm good at what I do right now. As you speak these messages to yourself around building your confidence on the skills that you have, you are going to be able to trust your guidance right now. Okay. So, another clue for you, my friend, is what skills can you brush up on? What are you naturally good at? And is there a skill in your profession that you could moonlight a little bit, take an online class, or get more skilled than you are right now? Make yourself very attractive to your bosses and to the people that you work with so that they will recognize you and lift you up. Okay, my friend? Okay, Torn Humble, go ahead and register. Janice is here. Janice, welcome, my friend. Janice has been with me for a long time, and Janice has really taken this message to heart. It used to be that she trusted in some storylines that didn't serve her, and she needed to step away and create clarity for herself. So, now she's truly trusting herself and her heart more than she ever has before. Fair to say, Janice? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read for the collective again, and keeping torn humble in my mind and heart right now. I do want to do this this next collective reading for people who have left a certain environment and they've moved into another one. It's hard to, you can feel like an earthquake is happening. In fact, I want to share what my dream was about here first before I draw, because in my dream, I was in an unfamiliar place and there was going to be a small concert or a small, I'm going to say concert in it like at someone's home, and I was going in, and I took a step and the floor actually collapsed and I was sunk. It's like I took a step and the floor broke and I went down to my knees in this surface. And I was a little terrified. And the people that were with me helped me out and helped me out of that hole. But as I kept walking, the next time I fell all the way up to my chest. So I was stuck and it was very panicky. And so it was a change in environment, and it was a lengthy dream. I had to be rescued by people that were strangers, and it was so uncomfortable. So the reason I mention this dream to you right now is because sometimes when you shift environments, when you move to a different place, when you take a new job, or even if you have a breakup, this would be true for, you're in such a different world, it feels painful and uncomfortable. And you can think, who can I trust? So that's what I'm wanting to draw. What is it in this situation, this move that I am in? So I will say the same to you. Have you just gotten a new job? Have you just been released from the service, right? Has something been a huge upheaval? You really don't know what to do and how to trust. So I'm not sure how this reading is going to open up, but I am willing to trust the card. So this card is calling my attention. Coins, money will be coming to you. Okay, that's a good sign. We always love that. Let's pull another one. So, in your state of upheaval, perhaps your finances are being impacted. Let's pull another. Teardrops, great personal sorrow. Okay. All right. So this would be true for you, my dear Mystic Christina. This particular read right now, what I'm calling for is the energy of someone who's just transitioned into something new. And they really are feeling disjointed. Okay. So I'm just sensing, I want to pull one more card here. And we have a fair man. Dealings or relationships with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. But you know what struck me when I saw this? Fairness. Okay, fairness. Thank you, Torn. I got your request. I will be pulling just a moment. Okay, thank you, my friend. When you go into a new environment, it's so difficult, isn't it? It's just so difficult. And there often is great personal sorrow. So, right now, as I pull this card, I want you to know there's so much love here for you. Even though it's hard to believe it, it's here. There's something about a man who is light complected, but also fair. There's someone who's going to be coming into your life. And when you look into their eyes, you see something. There's a connection. And they are a mature, helpful servant of the divine that's coming into your life to lift up your spirits. And when you see this person, you're going to feel that sense of trust. Now, don't give away the store. Take your time to get to know a new contact. But after all you've been through, there is something that the divine wants you to experience: fairness. Now, it is good news that money is going to be changing for you. And the promise is that it is coming forward. Let me draw a couple tarot cards here because this is a very interesting triad. It could signify that a light complected man will hire you for something or gift you with something. But this great personal sorrow is just okay, excellent, you guys. Thank you for y'all. I'm just trying to pay attention to the. I have many people in line right now. Thank you for using my link, you guys. I will get to your reading as soon as possible. But this one for the collective is just pulling at my heartstrings. So let me just see. This person in transition, something you used to trust before, you're not trusting anymore. And yet, Spirit is here with good news. It's just that this personal sorrow. What do we need to know? How can I help my friend? Many tears are falling, a great personal sorrow. Okay. Isn't it true that sometimes life does not feel safe? Life itself does not feel safe. I get that. Okay. Okay. Here's our tarot. Okay. The Nine of Cups. Okay. So the Nine of Cups is a sign of a wish fulfilled. It is a sign of a wish fulfilled. And this one being a party scene, being at a bar, lots of different choices for drinks. And yet look at how she winks. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm just getting a message of don't be fooled. Yes, okay, so this is so important with the trust message because it may seem like your wishes are fulfilled in some environments, but it just doesn't rest easy, right? It doesn't rest easy. You're thinking, can I trust this? What else is going on? Okay, let's pull another tarot. I want clarity, please. I want clarity. You know what? I'm just sensing, you guys, pardon me. I'm just sensing I want a different deck for clarity here. This is the beauty. I'm kind of a deck junkie. I have so many decks, but some of them call me. It's like this morning when I woke up, I just had a call to do this on when you just start trusting and everything looks dark. So I've got my light seers deck here. What is it we need to know about this choice? It looks like a wish come true, but if you are like if drinking is a part of how you're dealing with your personal sorrow, it looks good for a minute. Okay, oopsie. This is our clarity card. And I love this. Okay, so the emperor is be your own boss. You know, be in charge of you, take care of you. You really are the only person who can trust yourself, right? If something is not resting well with you, you absolutely need to be the captain of your own soul, and don't let yourself get wrapped up in something that feels like truth but actually isn't. Okay, let me draw one more card here for my light seers. The emperor, yes, being the captain of your own soul. Okay. Okay, good. So with this card, we're seeing the need to separate yourself from things that aren't serving you. Look, I understand that this is a very difficult time. Now, this is a good time for me to tell you guys there is a reading on my menu, and it's called Angelic Grief Relief. This is a free reading where I will pull cards for you in a recorded video, and I will also give you a tapping session. And Torn Humble tapping has been used on so many veterans as a physical tool to release pain and stress. So definitely tap into that free grief reading if you're so inclined. Okay. It's because this says that as you settle your heart, and go ahead, mimic that posture, you guys. You guys who are listening to me right now, just mimic this posture with the namaste. All is well. Okay. Notice how she's turning away from the world, and all of these influences are trying to impact her. But it's when you find that peace deep within your soul you start building trust again. Okay. Wow, you guys, I'm loving these readings. Now, this is an example. If you want to order more cards in your reading today, I can pull several cards for you for $11.11. I can pull one oracle or one tarot card for you for $4.95 if that feels like it's a good fit for you. Meanwhile, please enjoy these readings for the collective. Okay, so let me go and see my cue. Thank you so much, you guys. Humble, blessed. Okay. Excuse me, I need to clear my throat, get my tea. Aw. Okay, so my dear, 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 humble, torn. The fact that you call yourself humble, torn here, and you call yourself humble, blessed in my system, you are speaking your truth into the future. And I love that. There's no accident that you're here right now. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to hang on. So, humble because of your veteran status. I'm going to draw more than one card for you. I do want to support the transition that y'all go through when you come out of military. So I'm going to just create a reading just for you because I deeply appreciate you and the fact that you have invested in me. I'm going to invest in you. Okay. And also, there may be other people right now who are past military. And so this live message to you may very likely be soothing to others. And you notice Janice is here, and Janice is married to a wonderful man named Micah, and he is has been out of the service for many years, but he is struggling still with some of his experiences. So Janice, please take this in for dear Micah, and let's do this special. Oh gosh, you guys, I'm a little overwhelmed. Mystic Christina. Okay. All right. Gather myself and let's see what's going for you. So, torn blessed. Let me draw your tea leaves first. Beetle, good fortune. Well, isn't that delightful? Okay. So, yes, good fortune. So, right away, torn, please. It's us who are grateful for you, torn. Okay. Okay. Let me gather myself. So, in answer to your question, and wondering if you'll really amount, if your life has value, and if you'll really amount to anything, for Pete's sake, yes, yes, and yes. Even though you have felt so broken, the reality is that's your exact experiences that bring so much hope because only you know the truth of your experience. And you really can't trust anyone to understand that. Just like every snowflake that falls is a separate design, every human is unique. We have the same genetics, DNA, how our bodies work, we're all connected. But when it comes to how you function here on the planet, it comes filtering. Oh, no. You know what? Don't feel sad about my emotion because I have learned, you guys, okay, I just have to go by the seat of my spirit, torn. I did not really cry freely until I was 50 years old. I'm 73. I blocked my tears my whole life because I misunderstood that tears were signs of weakness. And then I had to be broken myself, which was with a serious illness where my life was broken, that I began to accept that tears are important for healing, right? You guys who are watching me right now, isn't it true that tears are part of healing? So the fact that you're here right now with us who love and support you, Torn, and all of the veterans, this is a good fortune. And so spirit would want you to know your life matters 100%. And you have friends here in my community. Let's pull another tea leaf. Okay, now spirit's going to make me cry. And I used to be embarrassed, and I'm not anymore because tears are a sign of strength, my friends. So, an older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. So, here I am, here I stand. I know women my age who are lonely and bitter because they don't know how to connect with people. And here I am with a fucking YouTube channel at 73. Sorry for my French. Okay. And torn, this is the third tea leaf. Law, be careful, do not take risks. Okay. Now, I know that with some veterans, it's hard to stay focused on positivity. It's hard to believe that life is worth living. And it could feel like a claw is squeezing your heart. But I want to say to you, your life has more meaning today than it ever did before. And so be very careful with your choices and do not take risks. Okay, let's draw our beautiful tarot. Now, where's the box? So this deck is brand new for me. I love my decks. And this one, Wake Me Up, right? Okay, so Torn, here is your tarot. Wake up. What is it that spirit has for you? Ah, oh, I'm so sweet. I love that. What birth sign are you, Torn? What is your birth sign? There's no accidents that you're here on my team today. Hey, listen, Torn, you can speak to me too. I mean, I pick up my phone and do readings and processes. I do tapping with people. I do Honopono. If you've never heard of Honopono, oh, Virgo. Okay, so God love you. God love you because you have a lot of, you might be perfectionistic and you might be what they call tightly wound where you feel like you are um, it's hard to relax, it's hard to accept. So part of that goes with your birth sign. I'm not an astrologer. I just know from all the readings I've done the tendencies. Okay, so but I was saying after I finish um, I feel honored. I feel honored. And Hipsy, my new system, does allow people to get instant readings where you can either chat with me by text or you can speak to me on the phone. So this would be something for you to keep in mind as you listen to these readings. I do hear from so many people that there's something about my voice. And believe me, if people are healed by my voice, it makes every pain, every betrayal, every illness worth it to know that I'm helping people. Okay. All right. So let's go forward. Let's draw your tarot, Humble. Your first card is the 10 of Wands. So this is, look at this, carrying these burdens, right? Carrying so many burdens. And when you think of how your emotions are today, this is so true for you, right? So, this is a sign that the universe sees you. Okay. I talk about God in different terms God, the universe, the divine, many different terms. And what I have found is God really doesn't care what you call it. It's just knows you. I want you to know. Can you see? Where's my pointer? Can you see this doorway up here, Torn? Can you see that? This figure is moving toward the light. Right now, this staircase is many, many, many steps, but notice he can't even see where he's going. So for you, Torn, this is the main message is here is put down these bleeping packages, right? You're carrying more than you were designed to carry. And I don't know that the military trains you guys to know how to release the burdens of what you have gone through, right? There may be a gap there. But what I can tell you is there are techniques you can use, and you'll be stunned at how efficient they are to help you lay down those burdens. Here's the second card of your tarot, and we have the death card. Now, a lot of people get nervous with the death card because they think, oh no, does this mean that someone close to me will pass? Does this mean that I will pass? And I will say, no, the death card is about transition. Notice this butterfly. Okay, every time that we are really low or our spirit is low, it's when we are in what I call caterpillar mode. A caterpillar spends its life on the ground, wiggling its way through, right? But the caterpillar is just a temporary state of being because its fate is to become a butterfly. Now, I know in my life, I know Mystic Christina and Janice who have worked with me. They have um, been able to go from the caterpillar to the cocoon, right? It's a stage into the cocoon of healing where you can just evaluate and release. In this card, see how she's releasing the garment? It's the same message that we got for this card for you, Torn. How do you release this bondage of all that you're carrying? And it is to allow the way you used to be to transition. As you allow the way you used to be to fall away like a snake sheds a skin, then you can fly. And my clients, this is what we work on. We work on releasing the things that are holding us back. Oh, absolutely. This is the truth of it, that what you're saying to me, that if you don't release this stuff, it will eat you alive, right? It will eat you alive. Okay, so let's pull another card. What else do we have for Torn? Okay, so the Hermit. All right, this is fabulous. Okay, so with the Hermit card, what we're seeing is a relaxed figure, right? Look at the difference here. Look, I think if I can, all right, so our first card is the acknowledgement of spirit that you're carrying more than you can bear. You're losing some things because you're carrying so much and you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. As you accept that it is possible, extremely possible, even probable that you can learn to shed the old experience, baby steps as you go forward, that flight is available for you. Not flight away from your problems, but flight through them. And the result is this peaceful figure sitting in a meditative pose, open and receiving. Okay, the Hermit is a card of self reflection and just the acknowledgement that, yes, so many things have gone wrong, but in this moment, I'm trusting the divine to guide me through. I'm looking at this moon cycle on the wall behind. The new moon, I'm not sure, is it today? Sometimes I lose track. But I would say to you, Torn Blessed, that in this next month, between now, well, really 6 weeks, between now and the end of the year, you have the potential to really address this part of you, your deepest heart, the part of you that is connected to the divine. There is healing available for you. I personally have worked with, I can think of two vets. I've worked with two veterans and shared what I know with both, and they both received enlightenment through the process with tapping and being able to reframe your experience. I have no doubt that you are going to continue finding a path of healing, Torn. Okay. I want to get one more deck for an oracle reading for you. Okay, just hold on. Let me grab one more. I just want to close the reading with an oracle card for you, my friend. Yep, absolutely. I would love it. Listen, reach out, okay? You will see when I, right after this reading. Well, first of all, I have a whole store of different readings that are available for purchase, but I would love to speak to you. And so do take a peek at what my instant readings, they are. Um, Available. There's a 75% off discount for the first 10 minutes of a live reading. So take advantage of that, would you, my dear friend? So Torn Humble, I grabbed this oracle card for you. And look at this never ending story. So as you are looking into your situation, I just want you to realize that you were created for more than this moment. Just like me, when I went through cancer 17 years ago, I did not know if I was going to live or die. And I remember right afterwards, Torn, said to myself, I was so mad at God that I got sick. I was so mad. And so I said, I'm never going to heal. I'm never going to teach. I'm never going to reach out and help another human. I'm done. And that's it. If I survive, I want to be in the toll booth, accepting the tolls from people on the highway and just say to them, have a nice day. And then, of course, God laughed. Man plans, God laughs. Because here I am 17 years later. I am alive and well, and I'm helping people. And life is a never ending story. Okay. So take this. You might want to take a screenshot of this card. I'll just hold it up like this if you want to take a screenshot. And I want you to hold this message to your heart. You are just closing a chapter, but your book is not done. Okay. Ah, gosh, thank you so, so much. Okay, excellent. You guys, all right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This was such a great opportunity, and I'm thrilled that you were here today. It's just so magical to me. So, you guys, let's just please send love to Torn Humble and to all of our veterans that are working so hard to do the work that nobody else wants to do. Okay, let me just, I want to find my heart's. Oh, I have to take a breath. That was such a powerful reading. So I just want to acknowledge, I'm just so proud of you. I'm proud of you. You may not get tarot readings. It may have been a little weird, but I really, really appreciate it. Now, you notice that Torn received several cards. That's always possible because some of the readings are available for purchase, and the free yes and no reading is not. I have to just take a break for a second, you guys, and catch my breath. Beautiful cards. I love my new deck. Don't you love the Wake Me Up deck? It's so fun. Okay, so we do have a couple of people that are getting their free yes no reading. So let me slide over here and see. Thank you so much, darling Torn Humble. It was so nice to meet you. I look forward to connecting. Oh, I just love you. I love my heart is just so warm to you. And I hope that I am the older woman that's in your life. Okay, so Janice, we'll go to Janice next. Hi, Yoda. Janice calls me Yoda, which I love. I had to look it up and see what the meaning of Yoda. Okay, so Yoda, I feel so content in life. I don't even know what question to ask, but I want to participate. You know what? That's just frosting on the cake here for our readings today. But you know what? Why don't you pick, as long as we're on the theme of the veterans, Janice, why don't you think about Micah? And think about, I know this is going to be fun. So I want you to think of one of his behaviors that is particularly challenging for you, okay? Something that he does, because Micah is a very unusual person. I actually did Janice and Micah's wedding, you guys. When was that? 11 years ago, because Janice was dating all the wrong people. And she was in her 40s, never married, and quite fed up with herself. And so she found me. I was living in San Diego at the time, and we did a lot of sessions together in person because I was there. And we worked on how she could get out of her own way and find a man who would love her unconditionally. Well, she met a man unconditionally. and is able to love him in a way that she never did. So what I want to do is to assure you that even if you get your ideal partner, there's going to be things about that partner that aren't so good. And so can she trust this husband? Can she trust him even though he's so different? So right now, Janice, hold in your mind one of his habits that you wish so much would be gone, something that you live with, and then just ask, is it possible that Micah will lose this habit? Is it possible that this one annoying thing of darling Micah will actually change and you won't have to deal with it? How about that? Okay, so let me just shuffle up my yes no deck, see if we get a card to pop out. Okay, this is the card that came out. Isn't it pretty? I really love this new deck. And if you guys have been watching along, this is a similar card to what the death card from that other reading. Look at all the butterflies. And so there is this sense of whatever answer you get right now, it is not the complete deal because things can change. And especially with good, clear communication. So let's see for you, Janice. Is it in your highest good for Micah to eliminate this habit? And we have no. This makes me giggle because I know Janice so well, and she does say to me sometimes, if that wasn't happening, I just know I'd be happier. And so here is your message. It's no, grinding your gears, working too hard on it. So the thing that you're looking at, and I'm not going to get specific because you know your husband, the very thing that gets on your last nerve, the answer is no. You need to address the fact that you are not 100% accepting him as he is. Look at these gears. See how rusty this one is? It's like if you take a watch to get cleaned and they can open the back of the watch. This is old-fashioned watches, but where they have to just adjust and clean the gears to keep things working. It reminds me of the military because I can't imagine Micah in the military knowing him, but there's so much adjustment to the inner workings of a human to be one of the gears in the service, right? You're just a part in a big machine. And so, as Micah has been released from the military for years now and still going through healing, right? It's just that anything you can release, any pressure that you can take off of him, you will help his healing. Okay. So pick one of those bad habits. Decide today. No, you know what? I refuse. I will not let that behavior get under my skin. Between me and God, we can make peace with it. Got it? It's a very clear answer for you, my friend. Okay, moving forward. Selah is back. Selah. Selah is so loyal. She has been here. Oh, and there's Christina. Okay, hang on. Um, so, Selah, I just have to have you wait for a second because I have Christina here and I want to address. Okay, so Selah, this is thank you for being understanding. I really appreciate it. Okay, and I don't mean to mess up the order, so lo siento. That means I'm sorry in Spanish. Okay, so let us draw the yes no card. So your card is my job going to settle with me or go to court? Okay. Ooh, this is deep, isn't it? Okay. So let's see. Let's ask, would it be okay if I ask that we would, is the old job going to settle with you? Is that okay, Mystic Christina? Mystic Christina Rose. I always neglect to add the rose at the end of your name, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, you are welcome, Janice. Hey, Janice, would you please contact me later today and tell me which habit you've decided to take your hands off of? I can't, I have to tell you, well, no, I don't need to tell you that story. I'll save it for another time. Okay, all of my focus on Christina and the old job and the settling. Will this old job settle? Ooh, we got it turned over here. Okay, and we did get a no for now. Now remember, a lot of times when we draw for yes and no, it is just for this moment right now. Now, what I noticed with our theme today about trust and the fact that that trust is such a big part of the message today. Remember, I woke up this morning with that feeling of who can you trust anyway? And when you feel like you're being deceived, or if something is not feeling right, not sounding right, it's important that you pay attention to that. I know that you've got your beautiful outdoor environment in your new home right now. And oh yeah, the roses. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Because you are in this new home. And look at the message. Thorns are present. Handle with care. So at the moment today, can you release yourself to the ultimate outcome? Okay, because if you are, it may be that you will take action steps toward preparing yourself to go to court before a settlement might come. Because sometimes they certain companies will take it to the last second. How many times we see that, where all of a sudden a settlement happens because of circumstances outside of our control. I think that right now this is on your mind a lot, Christina, that it's poking you. The thorns of your situation are poking you. Now, I have a rose bush, and that little sucker is so mean. I mean, I can reach in and think I'm grabbing the stem and I'll get stabbed. It's just like if you get caught up, you can't move, right? In my woods, there are some wild rose bushes that will grow, and you cannot physically walk through them. So I feel like spirit right now today is saying, stop, just stop, take a breath, and do your best to completely release this. Using the scribbling technique is very good for this. And you guys, and Torn, if you're still here watching, oopsie, okay. Let's see here. Just want to say, oh, good, I have a card. I need to be prepared for the readings. But the scribbling technique is extremely strong. I call it journaling for dummies, because journaling's hard sometimes. I mean, it's hard to write down painful thoughts. I'm not going to lie, but scribbling, any child can do it. So get a marker or a crayon or a pencil and think of your thorny situation. How this place is handling it is unfair to you, Mystic Christina. It's unfair and they should know better, but they don't. Who knows what's working? So what you do is you grab your pen and you think about how stuck you feel and how painful it is, and you start to scribble. Completely unfair. How can they treat me like this? They know better. They're even spiritual people. Is that true? I shouldn't be handled like this. It's totally unfair. This is unfair. This is unfair. And you let yourself have those emotions. You might cry, and then you scribble, 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 scribble. Now, if you do this on a really big paper, your arm will get involved and it's even more powerful. You know when you're done. All of a sudden, you feel released. Honestly, I cannot explain why this works, but it does. Okay. So for today, one day at a time, girl, I know you know the magic of one day at a time. Let this go. Trust guidance. Again, I will mention Christina already took advantage of a free reading that I give that's for people who have just experienced a deep loss. It could be a loss of a job, it could be a loss of a human, it could be the loss of a pet. Whatever is your loss, I'm here for you, and I'm going to read cards for free in a grief reading. So I did receive your request for your grief reading, and I will be getting to that later today. And so hold on to the wisdom that you're getting about leaving things in the hands of spirit. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Aren't these cards great? These yes, no cards. I'm starting to collect different yes, no materials just so that I can provide you guys with the very best that Spirit has to offer. All right, let me move forward here. Selah, you are such a patient person. Thank you so much for all of your kindness to me. Uh, and also, oh, yes, if you guys, once you have received your reading, you will receive an email and it does ask for a review. And I thank you so much for those of you who are already giving me reviews. It does helps my channel. But also make sure that you check your promotional or spam part of your email because sometimes Hipsy gets shot over to the promotional part or to spam. And you want to okay those emails because I do send messages out to you in between the lives. All right, so Selah, international job opportunities. Ooh, cool. What about virtual? Because virtual employment is something that is done often, and that is international. I mean, look at you guys. Hipsy's making it possible for me to have an international outreach. So, Selah, let's keep that in mind, right? Because here I am in Tennessee, and I bet you live way far away from me. Okay, so let's pick our deck. Selah wants to know, are there international job opportunities that she is not aware of at the moment? Are there international job opportunities that Selah is not? Oh, oh my gosh, the cards just flew out of the deck. They're very excited for you, Selah. Ah, just one card, please. That's better. Thank you very much. Selah, here is your card. And it's a no. Okay, so let's look at that. Okay, so what it says is don't risk everything on this. It's a losing proposition. Okay, so what this means for me, Selah, is that the universe is saying don't limit yourself. Okay, if you limit yourself by saying, my highest wish is for an international position, this may block you from a wonderful position that's right in your neighborhood. So you want to be as open as possible when you're considering employment. You want to be available to wherever spirit feels you would be most fulfilled. It could be 3 houses away from you. It could be across the world. So yes, definitely take a peek at the, let's see, how can I direct? Okay, there's a website that's called Indeed.com, and I believe it is international. I believe that it is, so take a look at it, Indeed.com. And also, in your country where you're living right now, there will be employment services. And what you want to look for, hi, Nicole, what you want to look for are administrative jobs, okay, admin and virtual admin, because there are companies that are hiring people to be customer service for their company. All right. Another thing that I can say is so important is to practice being bilingual or trilingual. If English is not your language of origin, use YouTube to practice your English. Chinese is a good language to learn because of how much Chinese business is international right now. You want to brush up on skills that makes you shine so that when you have your interview, they see you as strong. Okay. But again, it would be great to work internationally, but uni, that's what I call the universe, uni. But uni is saying keep all options open. Make sense? Thank you so much, Selah. Oh, you're learning French. Fantastic. YouTube is filled with YouTubes that will help you practice your French at no cost. Become bilingual, trilingual. The more languages that you speak, the more hireable you are. Okay, friends, is there anyone else who would like me to pull a yes no card? You can register for your reading right here. I'm going to add the link. Everything seems to be working much better today. Of course, as I say that, then it's not working. Okay, hold on. That's wild. Let me just take this. Operator error. There it is. Okay, so here is where you can register for a free yes no reading. And isn't it true? Like there are times when your spirits are down and you just feel you can't trust anyone, even your own family. There's things going on right now, you guys. It's pretty sad where families are kind of letting each other down. And how do you proceed? What are you supposed to do? So I need to take a quick break here, stretch my legs a little bit, but I will be back. So while I'm gone, go ahead and register for your free yes no reading. I will be right back. Put my little headset down here. I'm back and I'm going to do one more read here. For those of you who are watching, the collective that's watching me right now, I'm Catherine, and this is Pattern Breaker Tarot, and we're all about breaking patterns. And today there's this pattern, the theme of what do you do when you don't trust anyone? How can you tell? Is somebody lying to you? So this particular set of cards is going to be for people who are in a relationship and you just are suspicious. There's something that doesn't feel right about this relationship. Okay. Who is lying to you? What's happening? Let's draw our tea leaves. Oop, I got two of them here. The first one is wall, misunderstanding. Excellent. Okay, that's good. So yes, in this, I feeling you're in a relationship, something doesn't feel right. There's definitely some misunderstandings, and we have tortoise slowly but surely getting ahead. Okay, so there's the okay, and let me pull a third just before I interpret. Pineapple, reconciliation. Okay, all right. Now, this situation you're in, nobody is lying to you consciously. Like they're not making up stories and trying to hurt you. What's happening is that your situation is a misunderstanding, that there is a wall between the two of you right now, but it's all about communication. Your person loves you. For whatever reason, they have a hard time telling you. It's hard for them. You may be a very strong personality and they're shy. They could be neurodiverse with very weak social skills. They may be very good at computers and math, but when it comes to emotions, they're just so slow, you have no patience with it. Okay, see how this turtle is walking away? But the truth is, that many people are like pineapples. They're prickly on the outside, but they're sweet on the inside. So if this is you, please understand your person is not trying to hurt you. They just have such weak social skills that they can't get through. They can't even get through to their own heart. They're not even sure what they are feeling. Okay, so let me draw a tarot card for clarity for this, because at this point, you are taking things too seriously. I know it's not easy for you. I understand. And I know you want to feel closer, but it's important to realize that with this particular person, you have to be willing to go at a different pace. Now, there is a fantastic YouTube channel that I love. Let me just go over here. I'm going to write it here so you can check it out. Jimmy on relationships. Put that in the YouTube search and search for that, because he is expert at explaining the difference between the male energy and the female energy in relationships. I just love him. Okay, so these cards flew out of the deck. There are three of them. So here is your message. Your person is not intentionally lying to you. They have weak communication skills. Ace of Swords. See the handcuff at the wrist here, breaking free of this chain. So you need to change your thinking about your person. I love how this sword is pointing right at that wall. Your thoughts about the person are what's creating the wall. The truth is, this person cares for you. So, an affirmation, even though I don't know how, I'm learning to communicate with my person right now. Even though I don't know how, I will knock down this wall right now. Even though I don't know how, I will change how I think about our relationship now. Second card, we have the Ten of Cups. This is a card of that happily ever after. All the cups fulfilled. So don't give up on your person. They simply don't know how to communicate effectively. You may want to take some marriage counseling. Don't wait too long. With my husband, by time we went to counseling, everything was deader than a doornail, right? Take it now. Go somewhere where you can talk about, how do I learn how to communicate with my person better? Okay. And the last one, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding. Okay, 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Did you see how those cards flew out of my deck just for you? As you change your thinking, you are going to create a phenomenal relationship with this person. Okay, my friends, I am very excited with what is showing up here. Okay, so we have one more person in line. So let me take a peek. Who do we have here? CL. CL, you've been here before, haven't you? I think you have. CL, I am happy to pull a card for you. So let me take care of this. This was a great morning. I am so thrilled with all y'all. Okay, let's take our yes no deck. And we are seeing, should I give a relationship a try with A? Okay, Spirit, you see our friend CL, and you can see their heart. A new subscriber. Okay, CL, you can see CL's heart, and you can see A's heart. Is it worth giving it a try with A? Is it worth giving it a try with A? Okay. And we're showing a no, CL. Let's take a look here. Cracks in your facade, unsupported and drying up. Okay, let me see here. What is this? So it seems like it could be that you have to, that you feel guarded, that you're not able to be your full self, okay? That you do have some feelings for this person, but you may feel like if they really knew you, maybe you're a little quirky or you're just careful around this person. So, right now, if you choose to go forward with this relationship, it's important that you be real, that you be your true self. If you are not free to express yourself, then it's caution because you can't, what do you call this, sustain it. You can act like the perfect companion to your person, but if it isn't honoring your true nature, it won't work. All right. So the card is about careful consideration. If you are pretending or if you're guarded in any way, take that as a no. You deserve to be loved fully for who you are. This is nothing like they're not that they're a bad person, but you don't want to build trust with someone that you feel you have to be careful with. Okay, my friend? Move cautiously in this situation. Okay, let me just do this. All right, you guys, I'm going to close our session today. I need to. Oh, see, okay, well, listen, it's so important. We never want to compromise. I did in my first marriage. My husband was not affectionate. He didn't want to hold hands. He didn't want to hug me. And I accepted that. I walked into that relationship thinking, I don't need that. How foolish was I? I was very young because it didn't last, because I was pretending I was somebody I wasn't. Okay. So thank you guys for being with me today. It was so fun. I really love doing these readings for you. And I will be back when the mood strikes me. Like this morning, I just felt I wanted to dig into this trust message. And so please subscribe so you can be alerted the minute that I come on live. Go forth and prosper, my dear friends. I look forward to spending time with you in my next reading. Bye now.